Hello everyone. One second, let me get this sorted. Hey everyone. Uh, I hope you're able to hear me. Chat. If you're able to hear me, well, please make sure to comment in the chat and let us know. This is the YouTube chat that we are talking about. But we have a lot more coming out as well. So, firstly, it is very exciting. Thank you all for being here on this extremely important day. I have my partner that could not make it to the stream here, but at the same time, we are extremely excited to get started and share much more details about all that we are up to as FLIX.fun. It took some time for us to get used to the name itself, but definitely has been an interesting rebrand. Quite a lot of focus that we know we have, and very excited to share all the details as well. So before we get started, let me go ahead and share details about this stream and what we are set out to do today during the stream, right? So first things first, we will of course be discussing details about the rebrand itself, why the change and so on and so forth. Then we'll have our fanatics, Super from the FLIX fanatics, sharing a quick note about his thoughts and what they're thinking as the community sub-DAO. And then we have the very enthusiastic Cosmoverse team first. Then we will have the team from ZAO and WaveWarz. They're creators on Base and Solana, and creators and builders on Base and Solana. And we have quite a lot of insight from them when they were using the product and the way all the ways in which they could. After that, we do have our community members, post-human validators, and Coreum Concepts, and of course we have the team from Darkside Podocasts and DeadCatMedia. Joe. Okay. So without further ado, let's get started. Right? FLIX.fun. Why the name rebrand? Why couldn't we just be OmniFlix? To be honest, right? So OmniFlix Network, in some sense, represented the infra part of what we were doing, but we had a whole suite of apps. Now we have a lot of the app chains that are going ahead and discussing details about the various apps that they can build, that others can build, and so on and so forth. And we've seen how chains like Hyperliquid, DYDX, and so on and so forth also have one core app that their entire app chain powers. And that was a model. That was the model in which they went ahead with their own app distribution of their protocol and building the entire network. In our sense, with media, we had, even YouTube has, in that sense, two apps, right? Like there's a studio part, and of course there's the consumption part. So in that sense, we did not have too many options, but had to go ahead and structure it the way we did, with NFT trading being one part, publishing being one part, and of course in between their studio. That was the app side of things. And as OmniFlix, we did quite a lot. There was InSync. Of course, we held events, like Cosmos, who you later hear from during the space. We worked on online events, right? Digital events, the Osmosis launch party, and so many other things that we did that were probably not really core to what we set out to do from a product standpoint. But these were mostly solutions that we could offer, right? And when we are looking at solutions that we are offering, hey, there are a lot of people in this team. I want to try out a new way to present my feed. Just a second. This is clear. Yeah, I hope this is clear. Just a second. Hey. Yeah, sorry all. I had to do this during the stream, but definitely worked very well during testing, right? Had to happen, right? But at the same time, so yeah, as we were discussing, right, like the name rebrand, like, there were a lot of things we were doing, and the name in itself represented the entire network, or in that sense the suite of the apps that we were working on within the Cosmos ecosystem. That was the in that sense, that was the focus, infra, the suite, everything that we should do from a change standpoint, with validators and so on and so forth. Hey, but in the process, at some point in time, it was too much, right? And from a focus standpoint, we were in some sense very focused on media tech, but these were solutions. These were not products in that, if you put it in that perspective. Why the rebrand now, right? Like, a lot of projects in the Cosmos ecosystem, including Cosmos Hub, they've been rethinking that direction, right? Name a Cosmos project that and they've been reassessing either tokenomics or either their product, either the way they're building distribution. But in our case, we are very sure that the way we focused on building the tech, there was never a problem. The stakeholder, like the problem statement, the solution to the problem statement, the stakeholders and our approach in some sense remained the same with our solutions, but not from a product standpoint, right? So that was one of our key areas of focus when we were not just reassessing how OmniFlix has to go, but in general how Flix the token also accrues value, right? And step by step, while we were thinking, we thought of everything that we already built out, within OmniFlix, with StreamSwap, with the numerous partners and collaborations that we went ahead with. So what's special? What's special about this? Flix.fun, in that sense, represents our focus on media. We did focus on other things, but Flix.fun represents our focus on media. Of course, on the token, on the way we branded everything. You might have seen the intro video where we started talking about Flix Fest. We have our community sub-DAO Flix. Free Flix was the first ever product, that we worked on, which got rebranded to OmniFlix, right? And then we had 4 amazing testnets. FlixNet 1, which had 971 validators, which had the largest number, till date in 2021, right? And there were 4 testnets: FlixNet 1, 2, 3, 4. Then of course OmniFlix Hub, right? And this was without the Flix token. We were crazy enough to think that we could run an entire app chain without the token, and hey, it went out well. 13 months without the token. Then we built out StreamSwap, to launch the Flix token, raised from the community during the bear market. These were all significant achievements, and of course our branding has been on spot. You'll hear more from Rob as well later in the stream, who started off with the branding around FLIX Talk, right? And we are now at 182 episodes done, 182 weeks of continuous updates by a single project, and this is a series that did not stop as such. So these are things that made us to also believe that we focused on the right things. FLIX Talk, again, FLIX Fest, epic parties. Cito can probably vouch for that, and some of the people that are here have attended it in person. So definitely you guys should share details about that. And FLIX Fest was all about fun. Knowingly or unknowingly, we went ahead and had fun, and made sure to align the branding with the rebranding, right? So, and finally, FLIX token, right? Like, we could have named our token Omni, we could have named it anything else, right? But of course, Flix, from a branding standpoint, from what we believe in, as Daya says, this is Daya's quote, right, around privacy being a fundamental right and freedom being fun, right? Here, combining privacy and freedom, there's a lot of infra discussion that's at the intersection of both. So those are some of the things that we have been focused on, right? Again, why the rebrand? In short, we have been reassessing how best we can take this forward, how best we can increase distribution, not just within Cosmos, not just within Web3, but beyond. Why base in that sense, right? We did explore multiple ecosystems, and at this point in time, for this specific launch, being where we are, we felt that base was the perfect platform. Yeah. we're not looking at it like an ecosystem or a blockchain or an L2. We're looking at it like a platform where Ethereum is a platform for TradFi people in that sense, right? So that was our perspective, and Base is investing quite a lot, specifically on creator infrastructure and on consumer apps, because also Base, they do not have a token yet, right? And Coinbase probably would not want to leave it alone and just leave it, leave Base as a chain. So yeah, those are some of the things that we are extremely focused on. uh, Before we go ahead and move into the details of where you can watch the stream, hey, of course you can watch the stream on X, on YouTube, and you can watch the stream also on a demonstration of flix.fun. Before I share that, Super, it'll be great if you can share your thoughts representing the Flix fanatics. And yeah, let me go ahead, get Super onto the stage. But before I do that, quick shout out to everyone, that has been a part of us during this journey. It can be builders, builders that scouted us, like Josh that scouted us. Josh from Kepler, Dojmos, scouted us from within the Cosmos ecosystem, or from Twitter, and got us into the Cosmos ecosystem, got deeply involved. People that supported us right throughout, right? Like right from 2020, 2021, earlier team members that joined, you should hear more from Rob. The people that we worked with, of course, Cedo and team, Cosmos team, the Juno team, can never forget those memories, where we launched, where there was a product launch on day one, right? The Osmosis launch party, Flix, Flixnet, Flixnets, and all the validators that came together, the hubs, mainnet validators, sealers, infra providers, all the creators, that were there with us during this journey, and especially Flix fanatics, of course, and the Flix crew. Can't thank you all enough. Extreme gratitude goes towards y'all, primarily because it's not just a belief; it's the way we take things forward, and you've not only believed in us, but also in some sense, bared with us at every possible stage, at every stage, wherever required. And also all of you together made sure to help us deliver whatever we do best and in the best possible way. So thank you for that. Before we can go ahead, Super, glad to have you on the stage with us. How's it going?
Asisla, I'm doing good, and welcome everyone to this stream. My name is Super Era. In case you haven't seen me before, this is me behind all the conversations we had, and I'm very, very excited. Now, let me start with the fact that OmniFlix is now flix.fun. So in case any one of you are thinking, what is Flix Fanatics going to be? The Flix Fanatics are going to be Flix Fanatics. We will always remain Flix Fanatics. We always remain fanatic about Flix. And I suppose one way this can really help is that a lot of people who knew us as OmniFlix and now would be searching for OmniFlix, and maybe they may or may not get confused about not seeing that what they used to. They can still come on Flix Fanatics, and we will be there as we were, and make sure that we will help them to land correctly on flix.fun. But no, what is Flix Fanatics? In case you are new here, we are a community sub-DAO, which means everything that we do, everything we are going to be doing now, going forward too, will always be about the community about the community Flix fan members. And with this transition, I can assure you that there will be a lot more activities aligned around the Flix fan. And now that that even the project is flix.fun, it's more aligned with Flix Fanatics. It's more aligned with the token. So our goal is very simple: to have fun with Flix. That's what flix.fun would be for us, for the creators, for the Flix holders, for Flix fan members. And there will be a new role too, which probably I will take this stage to announce, because, well, what's the fun, right, if we are not going to make any alpha announcements? So we are Flix Fanatics, but there will also be a new role soon launched, and those will be Flix Funatics. Now, what the difference would be that we are a community sub-DAO, and they will be as important as us because they will be the people who will be the most active community members, most active FLIX fan members, who will probably meme, tweet, write about us, help spread the word about FLIX.fun, and even probably help us with what we need to do for the community, what we need to do with the tech we have. And I'm personally very excited, and I assure you that this is aligning well with what the team has been doing since I have been with OmniFlix in January 2022. FLIX Analytics started in May 2022, and this you would have seen. I really don't even have to probably give a shout out where the FLIX crew team always is consistently building and delivering upgrades, updates, stuff, and there are different features. Now everything is going to come together and with align around FLIX, will align around the media infra stack that they have built, and I'm very excited. I mean, I'm currently we're in a loss of words because there's so much I want to probably mention here. But I also want to probably start interactions here about what our stakeholders, those who have been supporting us, those who probably are excited to use our infra, are thinking about how they have experienced OmniFlix, what the expectations are about FLIX.fun, and how we can help them with each step in each transition. Sisla, probably I wanted to ask you one question, and that is this is definitely aligning well with what the team has been doing. This is also aligning well with the FLIX fanatics about what we wanted to do now. But what is probably one reason that you wanted to highlight the fun part about FLIX? Was it that you thought that what the team was doing was serious, or was it that you wanted everyone, including the creators or users, to have more fun?
Yeah, good question. So what is the fun part over here, right? The fun part here is, one second, I just put my phone on, my
I
cam.
can see you already having a lot of fun.
Okay. Hey, yeah, this can be like an extremely well produced stream, and I hope it is. But the usual hiccups. I'm using my iPhone. Like, I put it against something, and someone removed that Stanley Cup, and it just like fell down. But right,
Yes.
fun part. We felt we were serious. OmniFlix as a network was a bit more on the infra side. Talked about the suite of products, from a media standpoint. We've had products being, we've had solutions that were that scaled really well. But from a consumer standpoint, for someone that could come down and start to use OmniFlix, they always had this confusion of what exactly could they do until we launched TV, the product. And with TV, we understood, certain things, how publishers think, how content creators think, and so on and so forth. And that exact aspect, I should say, helped us think in this direction of, say, a consumer app, but also at the same time a tool that people can use, right? In that sense, not just creators or like publishers, but also being a tool that creators can, say, have fun while using it. And why are they using it? To engage their community, build their community of super fans, and the super fans, also have fun engaging with the creator, right? With interactive videos, we did prove that. With live streaming and interactive streaming, we are extremely confident that we can make sure that both stakeholders, every stakeholder involved, will have a lot more fun.
Great. All right. So, you have any questions for the FLIX fanatics?
Not really. I wanted you to share the details about the various tiers, but you already did that. So when would additional details, say, be shared about each of these? Any activities that people can follow? Where can we follow?
Sure. See, definitely everyone who is here, please follow and make sure your friends are also following. FLIX Fanatics. That's Twitter account that hasn't changed yet. FLIX.fun on the chats. We are still available. We are still the same team, but we are more aligned with what every infra what the team has been building over the years. And personally, my best part, what I have loved is that now we have a single homepage, FLIX.fun, where we'll be going and exploring everything about the ecosystem and even helping the creators build their homepage. That is going to be a lot of fun. Now, about the events, FLIX Quiz, like I mentioned, FLIX Friday, FLIX Frame, or a lot of anything what we have been doing. We will keep doing those, but we will be doing a lot more. But I suppose if we are going to reveal everything right now, that would be not as much fun. I want people to keep an eye on the announcements. I want people to, our FLIX members to come and talk to us on the chats. And over the next week or two, we'll be revealing a lot more plans about how FLIX Fanatics are going to make sure that this is fun for the FLIX fan to be in the OmniFlix. Still in the hangover of OmniFlix, to be on FLIX.fun ecosystem, and how they can contribute, how they can probably be part of that and help us grow. Because, like I mentioned, I'm part of community subDAO, and for me, everything that we do aligns not just with what the FLIX crew is building, but also what the FLIX fan members are experiencing when they are interacting with the FLIX.fun infra. So I still have to, give us a thought for a second to make sure I'm saying FLIX.fun instead of OmniFlix. And but I can assure you that every time I say FLIX.fun, I'm making sure that everyone who is going to be interacting with FLIX will be having fun. That's a promise I'm making myself.
That's perfect. Super. We too definitely, I think, believe that whatever we do going forward from now, in our perspective also should change in that sense. And we aim for people, creators, especially using the infra, using the app platform tooling, and their stakeholders to have a lot more fun. So thank you, Super. Thanks a lot for being here, joining us today on the stage. Next up, let us quickly go ahead and add our very own Cosmoverse team, Cito and Rob. Hi, hi, everyone. How are you all?
Yeah, pretty good. It's also nice to see Super here. It's the first time that I see it face to face.
Exactly.
Yeah, he's everywhere. I've seen him on Twitter, on all the Telegram chats. Big shout out.
Exactly. And one of the first streams that we saw Super, you're like, hey, finally we are able to see Super, not even in our chats, that we got to see. You only hear, but definitely, thank you for being here, Cito and Rob.
I love it, the vibes. I think that this kind of genuine vibes is exactly why OmniFlix is one of the best aspects of the project.
Thank you, Rob. Few comments from our Flix crew here, especially you're looking sharp. You're making. I mean, we've had this before. We've done this multiple times before, and again, just to attribute Flix Talk as a brand, as an IP in that sense, it was proposed by Rob, and we just latched onto it. And Rob, today very proud to have completed 182 episodes, and with 200 episodes, I think it'll be 4 years, of an episode of a series, right? That is insane. That's insane. So yeah, Rob, I think I'll.
It was like
sorry. I'll just quickly start off with you. What are your thoughts on the rebranding and on everything?
Yeah, I think I can give you like a perspective of why I first got interested in OmniFlix since the early days. Because for anyone that doesn't know, I was a photographer, and especially on Facebook and Instagram, I wasn't making any revenue. And I was like having millions of coverage, most of my pictures were going viral. So I said, okay, why I'm doing all this engagement for free for this platform and I'm not getting anything back? And that led me to the question that maybe we need better platform. And this is why above all the project in Web3, actually OmniFlix was one of the first to catch my attention, because it was solving an issue with creators, especially with platforms that are super centralized like Facebook and Instagram, that don't actually give you the ability to make a job out of your engagement or basically capture all the value for themselves. So OmniFlix for me was super interesting, but at the same time, I also encountered another issue, which was regulatory clarity, because at least in my country, still doing a Web3 for that kind of purpose, which is NFTs or joining as creator, was still an issue. And this is also why I think this new direction comes at the perfect moment, because once we have regulatory clarity, I think that the creator economy, the Web3 creator economy, can finally explode, because that's really what has been holding off this narrative. So I guess that this new narrative where you're going with basically being the platform, the go-to platform for creators, and especially your suite of products, which basically are everything a creator needs right now, it's going actually to be super interesting, especially next year, because now that finally we are getting clarity with regulation, I see many creators joining this decentralized movement, because from adoption perspective, it's better for them to start to capture their value and try to customize, not getting sometimes having some censorship from this platform. I have to say that we are seeing some major step in that direction from other platforms like TikTok and others, but this space, especially decentralized space, it's still like a big, we keep all your value and we don't care. So we need OmniFlix, and I'm very positive for this new direction.
Yeah, you meant Flix. Yeah, like we are also like getting used to the fact that this is now Flix.fun, and it's not OmniFlix anymore. So Rob, thank you for sharing your details as a photographer. How
it will
you.
take me a while to understand it. Now it's Flix.fun for sure.
But
I know.
I'm very, for me, it's not a big change, because I used to refer to Flix all the time since like a year and a half. So I'm very excited, and also big congrats on that rebrand, also on the expansion to other ecosystems. So yeah, wanted to say that as well. Big congrats to you and the whole team.
Definitely. And Sito, like, what do you think? Like, what is your perspective? Because you said you were always thinking about Flix, as Flix and probably not as OmniFlix. We've worked together quite a lot. You've seen, the media suite, the stack, right? And how creators can use, being a video content creator yourself, working with other teams, other projects that need. What do you think of, just from a rebrand perspective? And I'll quickly share a few more details in the stream going forward, but wanted to know your thoughts on the rebrand.
Yeah, I think for me it's mainly like Flix is just a lot easier to kind of speak out and to just say, and I think it's a lot stickier to also build up your brand with. And I also wanted to say, I think I actually just scrolled up my Telegram chat with Rob, and the first ever connection Rob and I had in 2021, August of 2021, was in fact also around OmniFlix, right? Because I think you guys had some collaboration back then. And then I think also one of the first ever like Cosmos project I got to know in my own Cosmos journey was you guys, right? And I think I've said this many times. I think you guys are some of the hardest working, most underrated builders in crypto, I would even say, not just in Cosmos, but in all of crypto, because I've seen your dedication, your passion, your ambition, right? You and Daya. And like, I also want to say, like, if you spend time with Sisla and Daya in one room for an hour, like, you will leave that room with more energy. And, I think it's just great to be friends with you, to be working with you for the past years, hopefully many years to come. But yeah, that's kind of my journey. I remember like the early days when you broke the record for the highest validators on the testnet. You mentioned it earlier, I think 900 plus. So yeah, big track record. Conversations with Jack, I also remember that, which was a way that also helped me in my journey to learn about Cosmos and app chains and IBC and all these kind of things. So yeah, overall very bullish. I love the rebrand, and yeah, wishing you guys all the best with that new direction.
Hey, thank you, Sito. Yeah, definitely quite the memories, if I have to say. I remember Rob and myself, we were talking about like reaching out to you, talking to you, or getting you on board. This was the conversation, right, Rob? And yeah,
aggressively being on Cito in those days to get in touch.
Okay, that's perfect. but like all of us have been here on the space. Sorry.
No, I just
Rob,
wanted
please
to
go ahead.
add that I think that I told you this before as a feedback. Like one of the major challenges for OmniFlix was that actually it does so much that it's super difficult to explain to newcomers because we have so many products that actually it's a rarity in a place like crypto having so many products live that it's also difficult to explain to the audience. So I'm very happy to see that now it's basically getting more focus at the project and probably more onboarding friendly, especially by aligning with one specific narrative.
Yes, that is true, and that's why the focus, not just from a brand standpoint, but mostly from
Can
a.
you hear Sisla? I can't hear him.
Oh, is it okay now? Mic test, mic test.
Rob, can you hear him?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Can you guys hear me? Well.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Hello? Okay, perfect. Yeah, I mean, just wanted to share that. Yeah, like the focus has been the game, the goal, and sharing. Sometimes sharing all the details about what we're doing is not relevant, and we only need to share details about whatever is relevant for a certain stakeholder. So even our pitch right now is different for different stakeholders and different types of creators. Earlier it was probably one unified pitch or various versions of that, but now it is like personalized even more. So yeah, this has been very exciting for us as well. So yeah, thank you, Rob, thank you for joining us today here and sharing your thoughts. Thank you, Sito, as well. I think he dropped off due to technical glitch, but thank you, Sito, for having us here, and especially the Cosmos team. Sorry, please go ahead.
I was saying it was a pleasure. Thank you for having us, and it's always nice to be back at what was my first home in this space. So thank you again, and all the best for the project going forward.
Definitely. Thanks again, Sito, for joining us today. And yeah, we are very excited for all that's to come during Cosmoverse and beyond.
Yeah, sorry, I lost my audio somehow. Sorry for interrupting. I'm not sure, was the question asked about FlixFest plans?
No, I don't think that was asked. But if that is the question that you ask, Sito, yeah, we are, like FlixFest, in that sense, we've cultivated that idea, as a baby from Medellin to Turkey and then to Dubai during Cosmos. And, we have been, growing every year, right? So this year too, we aim to make sure we make them, make it a flagship event and make sure we all have fun. But more details on that will be shared, Sito, because we are also not 100% sure as to what exactly the plan is. But we are very sure it will happen.
Yeah. But it will be fun, to say the least. And also,
yes, for sure.
I also remember one cool thing, like when you guys arrived in Medellin and like taking a crazy like 35-hour trip from India to Colombia with like how many layovers? Like 3 layovers.
Yeah,
but,
exactly.
Working with you guys since Lisbon 2021 on Cosmos, doing all the production, I consider you part of the core team at this point, to be honest, because without you, like the Cosmoverse production, the ticketing platform that we have pioneered, integrating wallets like Kepler, Leap, and Cosmos Station this year as well, we can also directly use your Atom to buy tickets. I think that's like native integration is unheard of for conferences of that type. So, and without you guys, it wouldn't be possible. So thanks for all the work you've done with customers and media and everything that we've been working on over the past years. And again, very much looking forward to the coming years. All the best for expansions to other ecosystems as well. And thanks again for having us.
Definitely. Thank you, Sito. Thank you, Rob. We are also eagerly looking forward, and of course, all the best to both of you for this year's Cosmos. Yeah.
Thank you.
Take care then.
See you. Bye.
See you. Bye-bye. All right. So we have had Sito and Rob with us on the stage today. Follow them on Cosmoverse and all the rad work that they are doing, putting a huge event together in an ecosystem like Cosmos, where there is fragmentation of liquidity. Not just that, but there are a lot more chains and a lot more teams that are building. So, all right, if the WaveWarz and the ZAO team are ready, let us go ahead and bring them up here on the stage. Do we have Zal as well ready? Zal, you can go ahead and reply in the private chat. Yes, we do have Hurricane from the WaveWarz team. That is perfect. Yes, we do see other guests also, but let me go ahead and quickly show you what a demo of I think that can definitely wait for a bit. We have Hurricane here with us, and let me go ahead and add Zal as well. Hi Hurricane, hi Zal, how are you guys doing today?
What's good, Super Sizzler? Out here, man. Good to see you out here smiling. Congrats on the launch, bro. Y'all making moves. Love to see it. Glad that we, get to join you on this journey, man. We growing, y'all growing. Let's get it, man.
Hell yeah. We're excited for the rebrand. We're really excited to, give artists control back, right? And I think that's what FLIX.fun is doing, and we're here for it.
Definitely. Zal, Hurricane, thank you all for joining us today. We know you have your space as well in just a few minutes, and that is the recurring one. Zal, I've been seeing a post from you, not just on Farcasters, but on Paragraph. I've seen ZAO posts like trending quite a lot on Paragraph. So kudos to you all for keeping at it, right? Like, and we've had like, we've heard great things about what you're all doing. We've seen that firsthand, and we've seen what is happening on Solana right now, within the WaveWarz app. And we're very excited. But today, it's OmniFlix becoming FLIX.fun. So first, Zal, I would let you share your thoughts on this, and after that, Hurricane, please.
Yeah, for sure. We're really excited because we've been able to create a 24/7 media node for the WaveWarz account. One of our big focuses right now is how can we get our content out and distributed to all of the amazing folks that are out there, especially the folks that unfortunately miss our battles. So we've been able to leverage previously OmniFlix, but now FLIX.fun, and leveraging their media node to have a 24/7 stream on our YouTube and now on our Twitch as well. So we're just really excited to just get our content out there more and really work on that side of things, so that now I can message anyone, type in www.thezao.com and you can just check out some of our content, as opposed to them having to wait until one of the battles. So I'm just really excited for all the new features we're going to be able to try out in the upcoming weeks, and it's going to be a blast.
We are also excited because you guys have started thinking about it, started taking in ideas, synthesizing them, putting your own perspective to each of these, and that has turned out to be great. Not just for us as people that see the impact, but also for people in your community. We've seen someone, many people ask questions during your spaces, and that has, that has left us elated, if you can say the least. And to be honest, like, your momentum and enthusiasm, they're contagious. So especially Zal, the way we are organizing, the way we are making sure things happen, I think there's a lot of potential. Hurricane, you hit the jackpot, I'll say, on this one. I think it's vice versa, because Zao, they hit the jackpot with WaveWarz as well. So Hurricane, what are your thoughts on this rebrand from OmniFlix Network to Flix.fun, and what do you think about all that you've heard with interactive streaming and so on and so forth? Please.
Yeah, I love what you guys are doing with FLIX.fun. I like how you're getting more interactive, giving creators more control, breaking down that wall, you know what I mean? Whereas, a lot of, I think OmniFlix was a great product, but I think that you guys are making it a lot easier and a lot more accessible to people, and also adding new functionality, which I think is incredibly powerful. And, adding the fun, you know what I mean? Like, no pun, actually pun intended, So, yeah, definitely looking forward to see what this rebrand does, not only for you guys, but for us as well, because you already know we on the team. So, yeah, man, God bless, bro. Really hyped for y'all. We going to be talking about you, so you know what it is.
Definitely. Thank you, Hurricane and Zal, for sharing your thoughts. If people want to follow you, we've already shared details about your X handle, but what is it that you're doing in the next 15 minutes, and where can they join you?
I guess I'll say. So about 15 minutes, we got the aftermath space of a battle we had last night, Wiz and Porky. I'm still feeling the reverberations, man. That was a crazy battle. Zal did a great job on the stream. Looking forward to upload it to our WaveWarz TV, OmniFlix provided, you know what I mean, on YouTube. Because it was really one of our better streams. The music came out good. You could actually kind of see me this time. I had some lights. So we working, man. We getting better every time. And yeah, today we're going to have the aftermath space where we, go over, anything that anybody has, any feedback, et cetera, as well as, just talk about how the vibes were so we can improve for our next one. So, yeah, that's going down today at 9 a.m. EST. We always meet Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. EST in the WaveWarz, on the WaveWarz page on X.
11 a.m. EST.
11 a.m. EST, 9 a.m. my time. But
yeah,
we hype.
Definitely. And, Zal, I think one word about what we discussed, not just Zal, but Hurricane, about the interactive streaming part. We're very excited to see that in action on your homepage, creator homepage, yeah, we want to make sure that y'all have the best experience and deliver the best experience, that is what we're rooting for, aiming for. Yeah.
Now,
I think you guys are really, I was going to say, I think you guys are really creating an amazing tool for independent artists and independent creators. And I think that's what we're all here to support. So the more, like Hurricane said, we're all on the same team pushing this independent artist economy forward.
Yep, perfect. That's perfect. We are also eager, and especially on bass, right? Like we can see a lot more action. And Zal, we got started talking to people, and how it is going in our private groups. So it's only exciting from here onwards. So yeah, sure. Thank you all. Thank you, Zal. Thank you, Hurricane, for joining us today. Let's make sure to connect again soon, and all the best to all that you're doing. Take care then.
Best, all the best. FLIX.fun.
Thank you. Let's go.
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah. All right. So we've had Zal and Hurricane from WaveWarz. They've been at it with creators, and they've been creating exciting new formats of media distribution, of people coming together, of people battling it out, right? And yeah, we're only excited to power them. But what are we waiting for here? Before we can bring on board Chris from Coreum Concepts, let us quickly go ahead and check out something that we have ready for you all to see today. Please give me a minute. All right. You should be able to see what is on my screen. I'm just quickly making sure that I share. Okay. Y'all might be thinking, why am I so excited? What am I going to share? What is even happening? So, just so that you know what is happening, you should be able to see my screen up right here, right? And what is this? This is alpha.flix.fun. At this point in time, this is on a new page, right? This is an independent page, but this is what a creator homepage would look like, right? And flix.fun, Flix is the first creator that is now ready with their homepage. This is our custom page, so we of course have quite a lot of control with respect to what it does. But let me go ahead and connect my account over here. This is, you're connecting to the base testnet, so it shouldn't be a problem as such. You can connect any of your wallets. These are auto detected. You can go ahead and connect. Let me go ahead and connect my MetaMask over here. I just did that, right? And what should happen? What are we expecting to happen right here? We should be able to, in just a second, see a stream. This is the same stream that we are streaming from StreamYard at this point in time. Let me go ahead. Hey. Yeah, and I should also be able to not just watch a stream over here, but also have all of these links accessible right here. We do have certain call to action over here. If you're a creator, please feel free to go ahead and click on this button to apply. It'll take you to the flix.fun form, or a form on the flix.fun website. Please go ahead. If you're a node host that's interested to run a media node on the media deepin node on the base ecosystem or within the base ecosystem, do not hesitate to join us as a node host. You should be able to join the waitlist, and we should be able to connect. Even creators, they should be able to hear back from us within 24 configure, posts that you can configure. You should also be able to check out the details of the YouTube videos, that we have curated right from YouTube, and of course Twitter tweets, right? So what is a homepage? What exactly is a homepage? What is flix.fun? Let me go ahead and quickly give you an overview. Flix.fun is an app that can help creators launch their own home pages, like the one that you see on your screen. For people that saw the internet since about 20 years ago, I think you're familiar, or you should be familiar with what are GeoCities, what are MySpace pages, right? Like, these were times when you could experiment quite a lot. Not everything was standardized as such. And that was a time when MySpace pages had the most creativity. There were widgets, there were songs, there were themes, there was customization, there was personalization in that sense, right? And everything that the creator wanted to do to showcase themselves, to express themselves, to showcase their work, right? And that has been the premise, that has been the basis of what flix.fun is today, right? And what you see on the screen is the demonstration, is a representation of the creator's homepage with all the widgets that you can see right here. Set create a page, configure, set a description, configure the links, right? Buttons, CTAs, any call to action that you want to do, like have on the homepage to feature your work outside. It can be from YouTube, it can be of course from X, right? And in this case, we went ahead, connected our Web3 account, our base account, watched a live stream, participated in the chat, right? And we should also be able to go ahead, and when I'm streaming, all of this, right? In this case, once I watch for a certain period of time, right, I should automatically receive an NFT, right? So this is a limited time, time sensitive thing. And it's only for people that watch the video, right, on alpha.flix.fun. right, will be able to receive the NFT on the base testnet. Right now, what will this NFT be used for? How will we build a community on base is something that we'll share later. But this is already our second campaign, right? The first campaign, what we had on last Wednesday during FLIX Talk 182, the FLIX fanatics and the FLIX crew together put up our first experiment where we were able to go ahead, run an interactive video, and we had over 230 people accounts that connected from within the Cosmos ecosystem and of course from base, right? Like they connected their base accounts and watched the video and answered the question that popped up as an interaction. So we're very glad, and this was done without any Twitter announcement, any official Twitter announcement. This was on Farcaster, on private groups. Of course, the fanatics themselves posted, right? So this was something that we were very eagerly waiting for, and yeah, we are very glad that it has turned out to be a success. And so is this stream. We already have over 62 people watching the stream. Thank you all for tuning in right from alpha.flix.fun. This is a demonstration of what you can see as a creator, what you can create as a creator or as a publisher during your experimentation with flix.fun. So if you're a creator, if you're interested to create a page like this one, do not hesitate to go ahead and apply, join us as a creator. But before we go any further, let me stop sharing my screen quickly. Let me go ahead, and we do have the post-human team. We do have the post-human team. Vlad, we are going one by one. So let us quickly make sure to bring you up on stage. So hi Vlad, how are you doing today?
Hello, Sisla. Hello, friends. It's so cool and nice to be here and to see all of you and so many people. And of course, the rebranding of the OmniFlix to FLIX Fun. This is cool, amazing, and fun. I think that we need more fun.
Yes. So Vlad, just wanted to ask one question. You've known OmniFlix since a long time. If you remember, in 2020 December, we went ahead and created our first podcast, right? The validator chat that we had with a lot of people. In fact, the first ever episode was not recorded. There were some technical glitches, but the second episode onwards, it was recorded. And I think we had a lot of interactions, not just with media, not just during our events, not just as a validator, as infra providers. We are peers, we are colleagues, we are friends, more than anything. So as a community, you've seen OmniFlix for so long. So what do you think of this rebranding, and what do you think of the creator homepage that you just saw?
So I think this is a very cool step to the real Web3 media. Because real Web3 media, it's not a Web2 media on the blockchain. Yes, if in the Web2 media, we always give likes, we give our data, we always donate something. In Web3 media, we will always get. We will get NFTs, NFT views, we will get badges. Yes, so I come not to give, I come to get something. And I think it will be very interesting for a lot of users. Yes. Second point, it's going beyond the Cosmos because future of the Web3 it's the same as was the future of the Web2. So as the Web2 not built on the one protocol, Web3 also will be built only on one protocol. And all of us believe interoperability here, and it means Web3 will be built as on the Ethereum, EVM, Cosmos, and many more other interesting protocols. I don't know who have the turn on the microphone, but I hear some voice of the kids. Give to kids more voices. So this creator platform, it looks wonderful. Of course, I want to test it as fast as it possible. And for me, very interesting how we can attract from one side creators, and I see that a lot of made for the creators. And second part, of course, it's customers, users. Yes, because creators always come to that place where we have the people who will watch it, who will be followers and so on. So I'm totally sure that this process of NFTization of the views, comments will bring a lot of people because they will able to get kind of the NFTs that my view is number 5. Yes, just imagine the situation you are with the friends on the some YouTube party and somebody tell, oh, was you watching this video, and show you the video already with 100,000 views, and you tell, yes, I was watching it. I was watching it number 23. This is my NFT, and everybody look on you. Oh my God, you are so cool. Yes, this is fun. This is true. So it's very important to see the video earlier than others. And also second with the memes, when the people tell, I create this meme. So when you create the meme, you get NFT on this creating. And if somebody even will repost it, you tell, look, my NFT, it's earlier than yours. I'm a creator, you steal it. And no more discussions who was the meme creator.
Yeah, I mean, we've definitely had quite the discussions over the years, Vlad. Quite a lot of ideas too, that we've been discussing. Very, I mean, kudos to to your ethos, to your involvement, to make it's not just you, but you make sure that the entire community follows those ethos, Web3 ethos, the ethos around decentralization, sovereignty, connecting P2P, right? Like all of these together. And that is in some sense the basis of what the OmniFlix, or the OmniFlix Media Node first, and now the Flix Media Node is being built with, right? And those are the ethos that the code will have, and what creators will use this for is completely up to them, right? Like we have no control on the infra, and of course there might be some control on the app, but it's a fully P2P, fully sovereign, fully under your control infra that you can use as a creator to publish on your own homepage. And that is the best part, that we are very excited for.
And also, I think it will be more interesting for the maintainers of media nodes to have a possibility to provide this media hosting, not only for the Flix, but also for Ethereum or for the Solana, because people, when Flix Fund will take the full capacities, it will be possible to tell, I provide my media hosting for Solana, or even for USDC. For the many node maintainers, for the many validators, it will be very interesting. And of course, I understand that for now, Cosmos have very big community, but the community of Ethereum and Solana even bigger. But our tech is much more better than their tech. So I'm pretty sure that if we will come to them and tell, friends, look what we have, they tell, oh my God, why you hide it from us?
Nice, that is right. And yeah, like you said, right, like we built this not just for the Cosmos ecosystem. We started off because the tech was like impeccable, right? And that is the reason why we continue to build, and in some sense will continue to contribute. But at this point in time, we have other ecosystems where there are users, from an expansion standpoint. It's not just Cosmos or Web3, but it is like all the creators in Web2 that we want to acquire in that sense, and present this as a solution, present the solution to them. So yeah, we're very excited to hear your thoughts. Thank you, Vlad, for sharing all that you did, and thank you for being involved as you are within the not just Cosmos ecosystem, more specifically close to our hearts, OmniFlix. So thank you again for being here, Vlad, and all the best.
This is an honor, this is the pleasure, and we will see each other on Cosmoverse, and we will party in material world again. The beautifulness of this digital journey is that we can move our digital friendship to the material friendship, and the Cosmoverse, it's a perfect bridge to transfer your digital friendship to the material friendship. So friends, and if I will be able to visit FLIX Fest, I will be there.
For sure, for sure. Thank you, Vlad, for joining us today. We will see you again soon. Yeah. All right, all right. We next have the post. Yeah, we had the post-human team up until now. We next have the Coreum Concepts team. Joe and Scott. Thank you for waiting. You know, we'll quickly go ahead with the Coreum Concepts team, and then we will move on to our segment. So, Articulate and Chris, if you are ready, I will pull you up on the stage. 20 to 30 minutes. All right, all right. Joe, I just saw your message as well. Let me go ahead. Yes. Chris, Articulate, you guys are on. Firstly, thank you for coming down today. And not just for that, but since January, you guys have been experimenting with the infra quite a lot, much more so than some of the others. And, you know, we are very, very you know, in that sense, thankful for bearing with us during the buggy phases of the media node, and also, you know, making sure that you share all of whatever you learned with your community during Superledger podcast and during your weekly spaces. So thank you for that. And you've heard the big news. So what do you guys think?
Well, congratulations to the FLIX fanatics and the FLIX team. You guys are second to none when it comes to building the media infrastructure we need, and second to none in supporting your creators. So I just want to thank you guys for all the support, all the tools you're providing us to build community. And what better thing to build community around than privacy, freedom, and fun. So yeah, really excited with the rebrand. Really excited. I mean, you told us a little bit about what you guys are doing as far as the landing page, gave us a quick peek, but I've just had a bigger look at it here now. Really excited. This is going to really empower a lot of creators. And the thing I really like, it's going to bring Web 2 and Web 3 creators together one place. And we know what's going to happen once they get here and see these tools. So it's just really, really good. And just honored to be part of the opportunity to test it first and run on it first. And Coreum Community DAO TV is going to be definitely utilizing it, and much like we are with the current infrastructure. So thanks again for having us here, and thank you for the team and all you do. And shout out to Posthuman. He's the second node that I have leased right now. I'm using the OmniFlix node and Posthuman. So thanks for you guys for providing that infrastructure. It's not just OmniFlix. We need people like Posthuman to provide us creators those nodes for that use. So yes, exciting day, historic day. Pleased to be here.
Perfect. Articulate any specific thoughts that you've had, and Chris, you know, one point I wanted to make. You know, we've seen how enthusiastic you all are. Not just, you know, both of you on the space, but your entire team and the community of supporters that you have. So we're glad to expand into a community that has probably not been aware of the tech that we've built out in that sense. And, you know, the word has spread quite a lot. So yeah, thank you, Chris, for making sure that you feature us, give us the shout outs that you do on a weekly basis. But Articulate any specific thoughts that you have.
Yes, thank you. Can you hear me?
Yep, loud and clear.
Yes. Firstly, I want to say congrats to the entire team there at FLIX.fun, formerly OmniFlix. And yeah, since coming on board, Chris was the person who, you know, kind of onboarded me, introduced me to what you guys were doing. And as a musician, a creator, I think it just makes sense, you know, and I've been around since, you know, supporting all the tech and the build you guys have been doing, applying it to what I do in Web3 and music as well. But I think with what's happening on FLIX.fun, it's the well-needed, I would say, level up that's needed, not just for the Cosmo ecosystem, but the blockchain industry in a whole, and just in general tech, because this rebranding and also allowing, you know, as a creator, as a brand, as a business, for you to have like one, single source where you could kind of put everything together and have it flow as like, your headquarters, so to speak. I think that a lot of people will find value, and there's nothing in my scope of view that kind of is out there already that already covers what you guys are about to do. So congrats to everything that you've been doing since start and seeing it through, because I know that along the way it must have been challenging to kind of go over the hurdles as they come, but to know that you guys actually had a vision, a roadmap, and you saw the different milestones you needed to achieve, and then you are here now in terms of, okay, now we're stepping over into a bigger territory, a land where it leads us to other places, so it's like leaving home. And I think that not just leaving home, but it's also making everywhere home, so it's like expanding in a way where it permeates through a lot of different places and spaces. It's not just Web3, it's not just Web2, it's everything. So, I see a lot of value in that, and thank you guys for doing that. I'm happy, and I'm looking forward to having it hands-on very soon.
You said that right, articulate, like leaving home in that sense, like a high school student probably leaving home being by himself in that sense. Maybe it's like this, right? Like we came down first from Ethereum, because people in Cosmos, they don't come directly to Cosmos. Many of them, at least the builders in that sense. So they experiment somewhere and then come down. And now we've outgrown in that sense. We've like you said, we are going out exploring places, and it feels like extremely rejuvenating. It feels like we came to life when we started talking about it, and there are creators, there are people, there's this ecosystem. So we are also very excited to try new things out, expand across ecosystems, especially in Web3 and beyond. And like our one of our exposures that we've had due to Coreum was Ripple as a community. And we too believe that the community is strong, and there's a lot that can be done, not just within one ecosystem, but if we get started in other ecosystems, I think there's just no end. So thank you again, Chris and Articulate, for joining us today on the space, for using the media node infrastructure since January 2025, experimenting with it quite a lot, sharing all your thoughts, and for being there with us all through this journey. So thanks again to you all and your community, and looking forward to collaborating even further.
Well, thanks for having me up here. And FLIX Talk Fun is bigger than any one ecosystem, so I'm really excited to see it go global here, and happy to do what I can to help get that word out there, much as I've been trying to do for a long time. And shout out to the FLIX Fanatics, 180 some episodes. I've been there for a good chunk of them. Met a lot of great people and connections there, so I encourage you guys to tune in every Wednesday morning. It's 7 a.m. Pacific my time, but great team, great value there. And that's where I met you guys, and my life has never been the same since, and it's been good. So thanks again. Take care, guys.
Yeah, thank you. And I just want to shout out the entire Coreum Community DAO team. Thank you guys for building with us. It's a team effort. It's not just me and Chris. So shout out to the team and the community, and thank you again, Sisla and the entire staff at OmniFlix.
Definitely. Thank you, Articulate. Thank you, Chris. It has been a fun one, knowing you all and meeting you all in person. So Scott and Joe, we are very ready. Joe, let us quickly have you up here on the stage with us. Sorry to keep you waiting for this long, Joe, but
no problem.
We are here to showcase the demo that we did today. And what we showed you last week was extremely crude, but we were also like pushing things forward and made it happen. Also, just quick shout out, Scott, you are on the stage, on the screen with us, just so that Joe, please do share your thoughts. You've been seeing us since a long time now, And yeah, please do share your thoughts on the rebrand.
Yeah, I like the rebrand. I like how OmniFlix has pivoted whenever it's made sense, while also providing infrastructure and all that. Maybe that gave you guys kind of an inside track into knowing when a pivot makes sense. But what I see with FLIX.fun is not only an easy way for a small creator like myself to launch an interactive website. This is something that should be used by any community manager for an NFT project, for a DeFi protocol, or as a marketing platform for something like that. So not only for creators, but every time we go into Discord or we go into Telegram as a community member complaining, oh, we need better marketing, we need more marketing, we need more exposure, we need more partnerships, this can be the landing spot for that. And I think whether it's official or done as a community project, this can be really a useful tool to bring exposure to these newer or smaller or struggling projects that are fighting for mind share to kind of cut through the noise of whatever the hot thing is in Web3 or Web 2.
Yeah, and we've seen that happen like multiple times, right? Like with like Kaido changing their algorithm, and people going crazy because they weren't creating content for the project or for themselves, but they were doing it for Kaido. But
this is permanent, right? This is not like a tweet or a space or a YouTube short that disappears, and the trends will come and go, right? But if you're a content creator, you want something that's permanent, where let's say somebody hasn't listened to your Twitter spaces or watched your videos or seen your updates for 6 months. They could just go here and catch up to the latest thing. I'm actually curious to see how Scott's going to use this, because Scott has his brand, but he's also got his product, right? His app. So curious to see how this is going to look.
Exactly. And Scott, we have you here with us today. How do you think you saw what you did earlier? I don't think I showed it to you on the day we talked. So you have a bit more than earlier. So what do you think of the rebrand, and what Joe just said? How are you planning to use FLIX.fun, the product, to build out the brand, not just for Sigia but also for Darkside and Kpod?
We're still kind of it's still a little early for us, not the product, just our utilization of the product. But I agree with Joe on that one. FLIX is good at pivoting, and there comes a time in your journey where you have to realize you're screaming into the void, and action needs to be taken. Confidence is restored. It's traditional in this, traditional in business, traditional in everything. So, no, I think you guys are doing. I think there's some potential here. One of the big things is that you're rolling out a Cosmos, not fully. I get it. You're still a Cosmos token, but you got to go where the people are, babe. All right, you guys are first and foremost an infotainment channel, and you have to actually go where the people are. Joe, we'll settle this right now, bro. You spin up, you do the work, I'll do the hosting, and we'll do the sports show Wednesday night every night right here, dude. But you got to do the hustle on this one, bro. We got, how much stuff we got going on. You do the hustle, man. You're going to be live. Scott Bell, Joe, talking sports. Happy to do it, man. You're silly and wrong about a lot of things, so I'd love to get you once a week to straighten you out. Yeah, man, I think that'd be there. But yeah, no, there's you guys got there's a lot of potential here. There's a lot of stuff we can do. Now, I still have to get into the minutia, and we'll talk after, because I need to know what all I can do on it. Because
that's right. We're boomers. We can't figure things out for ourselves. We need an instruction manual.
Well, I'm just saying, I remember GeoCities, dude. I had
I love
page. For all I know, it's still up there. I mean, I have all.
I
that
looked
stuff.
for it from time to time because I remember I had like
Wow.
scrolling text like it was the beginning of Star Wars, and then I had like I think I had some Eric Clapton playing, and then I had some video or something or some animation going on, and what Sisla was describing, he's saying this is kind of like MySpace where it's customizable, but my mind went to GeoCities.
Yeah, and I was the same place, man. As soon as they said it a while ago, man, I was like, oh yeah, they're talking GeoCities now.
Yeah.
You know what?
GeoCities is better than Facebook. Like,
Dude, you know what? Like, let me say, I'm a huge fan of nostalgia. All right, anybody who's watched this show ever knows that I am a huge fan of nostalgia. I am looking for a reason right now, a big reason. I want the stage gone. Me and Bell talked about it. We're putting in a bar. This is gone. We're putting in a video wall. All right, this is a lot of financial obligation. We're going to roll into this, but we need to be able to cover lots of different types of things at different environments. And a bar with a video wall. Can you think of anything better to host a sports-based entertainment stream? There isn't, man. All right, and I don't care where FLIX goes. We always want to have the highest level production anywhere they end up. So I'm willing to commit to that, but we gotta, that's it, man. I'm with you on this one. I think that there's a lot that can be done. Bell's excited for it. She was going to be on, but she got a thing. But Bell's real excited for it. So yeah, I'm eager. I'm eager to see what we're going to be able to do with this.
And collab, right? Like, does this make it easier to collab for creators like me and Scott? We have some crossover, but we have our own thing going at the same time. Just curious how that's going to look. I'm excited.
Yeah, like Joe, one thing we've been thinking about is normally at this point in time, everything is a single player app, if you can say that. You use Uniswap as a single player app. What if Mario or like Smash Bros, all of these, the two-player games, the Contra, these games that you have.
Contra.
What?
Did you say Contra? Did you say Contra? Dude, you know how many quarters I poured into that game? How many quarters I poured into that back in the day, man? No, good for you.
Yeah.
Cecil's a young guy, too. How'd you hear of Contra? Who told you that? Who told you about Contra?
I'm young, but that was what we grew up with, right? Like Contra, like the Road Rash, all of these games were what we got introduced to when we had like first computers, the 8-bit games, the 16-bit Sega, right? Like those were the things, right? Like back in the day. And I'm not sure like many on the stream even remember Orkut and some of the other social media apps like where you could do shit ton, right? Like, and the level of customization there was like, it was just for you, it was just you. And then later, one by one, everything started getting like standardized, it started to become like a Mac or an Apple computer that you can't do anything with. But whereas, our older computers, you always had like the CPU open and, you were like swapping drives and doing things like that. So, like that hacky era of the internet was what like, gave way for a lot of things. But in that sense, I don't think we ever had that, back on again, where everything started to get more and more standardized, and only Web3, provided that opportunity. So, we are very, very, very like, grateful in that sense, thankful for Web3 as an industry that in some sense, of course, there are a lot of like, grifters, so on, bad actors, but like it does thrive on meritocracy. No one cares, where you studied, what did you do beforehand. But, this is something that we are also very excited for. And Scott, like you said, sometimes I think Joe and Scott share this feeling, apps, not infra, consumers, not like, protocols, and some of the other thought processes or wisdom nuggets, that you summarize. So, definitely, Scott and Joe, I think, although, we might seem on the older side of crypto or Web3 in that sense, the ideas are not like old, they're original in that sense. They're bringing back things that worked well, right? And at least that's how we look at it. So, Joe, just to answer your question, imagine media being a multiplayer app, right? Figma is a multiplayer design app, right? A static, image can be designed by two people at once. That's a multiplayer app. Imagine, all of this being a multiplayer app. Like, we can see a lot more possibilities, with interactive streaming, with, say, like we discussed, running a prediction market, a short-term prediction market during the stream, right? Prediction market in that sense, or launching your own token right during the stream. We've talked about interactive streaming, but never actually shared the details. We're very excited to.
I can't wait, man. I can't wait to check this out. It's been difficult. Scott has a lot more experience than me in this. He's got Bella. Doing this solo and trying to put things on different platforms and experiment at the same time, where it's like Rumble, YouTube Shorts, YouTube, live stream, edited videos, X, Spaces, right? So it's hard to turn one thing off and turn it on without, restarting or putting something else aside. I would love to have just like one place where I could send people, this is a combination of, YouTube's, Twitch, a website like GeoCities or Squarespace or Facebook, and also my link tree, my creator resume can be here, right? So this is we're gonna talk a lot more, in the subsequent days and weeks for sure.
What's Linktree? What the hell are you saying? I don't know this word.
Even I know what Linktree is.
No, I pay people to know that. I don't know that.
Oh, you must be rich. I haven't hit it big yet, but it's a really cheap way to do a website where you could put all your links into one, and I think of it as the most basic kind of landing page possible. But this is better because I'm looking at the alpha site here, and the top left is Linktree, right? That's Linktree. All my channels can be there, but for my audience to access it from a single platform, I mean, the way you have it set up, it's like a living room for content, right? It's really cool. You got everything there. And like I said, we'll talk in the coming days, coming weeks. I just launched a website, but I don't like my website. I just thought I had to have one. For a creator, this is better. For someone who's marketing Web 2 or Web 3, this is better. And for someone who's a community manager or just an enthusiastic community manager who happens to be a big stakeholder in a project, they could do this independently of the project. And this is automatically better than what exists. So I appreciate all the thought you put into this. Definitely was extensive, but it looks like a simple landing page where everything is there. I just have to scroll and click, and that's it as an audience member, right?
Yeah. I mean, that's the best part, right? Like, Joe, wow, you put it like very, very well in that sense. It's a link tree, or Scott, link tree is just a collection of links. It's one page with all your links, so that anyone can go anywhere they're active. So that is like your profile page. It's like a Behance portfolio for creators. It can be your own destination, your own landing page connected, with your own website, right? And all of your content from, say, Web 2 or Web 3 platforms, YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, right? Like Kick and Pump, Farcaster, Abstract, all of these being curated, and not just curated, but as a creator from FLIX.fun, the app, you should be able to publish content as well, to all of these platforms. And the best part is you can also publish them onto your creator homepage. So we're very excited to power those experiences, those native experiences, be it interactive videos, where people can access, or like there's a survey or, a simple question during a video, where people can engage, because it's a Web3 wallet or a Web3 account that's connected. These can be even more personalized, right? Like the interactions themselves can be personalized based on, say, tokens held or on-chain activity and so on and so forth. And interactive streaming we just discussed. So we are very excited for this being a product, and in some sense, Dad and myself, I should be very honest and confess that this is all in some sense Dad's idea, and I've been like poking at that to help us better frame this, understand, package this better. And we've run across multiple evolutions of the same thing and ended up at this concept of the homepage. It could have been called anything, but concept of this homepage, that intuition has changed quite a lot as to how we think about things, and that's probably how creators also think, is what we are expecting. So yeah, Scott, Scott or Joe, any more thoughts that you have?
I mean, from the creator's point of view, I could see how this would make my life easier. It's been a struggle learning how to make content from scratch. I talked to you, it's like 4 years ago. I had no idea what to do. Everything has been trial and error. But for audience members, it's also a struggle to find what they like and then go back there again and again. For audience to be able to follow people in this way, it is going to be just streamlined. So there's that angle as well.
Scott, any specific thoughts you have?
Oh, no, I agree with Joe on this one. Anything that makes look, content creation is hard. I get it. Anybody gets a mic, you're a podcast, you're a roaring success, but that's not the case. You need to very, very carefully curate content, find your audience. Yeah. And you have to go where they are. You can't, there's no field of dreams out here. Not for us, at least not for older guys like me and Joe. I'm sure an 18-year-old hottie will do well regardless of where she's ranked. But we have a different set of different mountain we have to climb out here. So anything that takes some of that pressure off, I'm going to absolutely see it as a good thing. Sure.
That's
it. And I'm ready now. All right. Hit me up after, set me up. I'm more than happy. Walk me through how to do it. We'll set up a page, man. We'll see what happens.
Same thing. We can meet this week, and I'll get it going on testnet. And
I have to be live. I have to be live before Joe. I have to be up there before Joe.
I'm slow.
Because hell with him. Hell with him.
I'm a battleship. It takes me a long time to redirect. Scott is more, got his finger on the pulse of this stuff. I'm happy to let someone else do it first so that I could use the shortcuts.
Yeah.
Walk you through it. Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah, that is very nice. And yeah, like Scott, Joe, you've been like, you guys have been great at being able to try new things out. Like Joe, we keep seeing your walkthrough videos, right from the start. I remember even before like we got started, like we had a chat, you saw what we are doing. On day one of the hub, OmniFlix hub going live, you went ahead and shared details of the IBC game. You were there, right there. So
That's right.
That level of enthusiasm, I think, is what like kept you also experimenting, and also in some sense, you've never. I think I saw a tweet of yours, about sponsorships. I think that is also one of the reasons why, from a sponsorship standpoint, you've experimented rather than be more commercial. I think in some sense, Scott and team also do the same. So, I personally think like of y'all, like, as similar personalities that experiment. And I've seen Scott, right? Like one fine day with the FLIX crew, we were there in a call. He started to like work on Photoshop. I don't know if it was Photoshop also on a thumbnail for a design. It was like, it was robotic RPA, as we call it. Robotic process automation, like how a robot like does things. He was like that spot on, and got the thumbnail done in like matter of 2 minutes, and was quite enthusiastic at setting everything up. So this was the first ever call that we took for the media note, Scott, and quite impressive. So you guys are extremely enthusiastic. If anyone calls you, you guys can call yourself, say, boomers, but if anyone thinks of you like that, thinks of both of you like that, I think they're probably like just lazy themselves to even think. So that's all I can say. But yeah, Scott, thank you, Scott, thank you, Joe, for joining us today. Scott, did you have any closing thoughts?
Give me 60 seconds and then I'm out. The most successful channel over there is going to be WaveWarz. It's entertainment. It's diversified. It has heavy Web 2 penetration. It's a fun show. All right. That's going to be the most successful show that's going to be over there. Bell and I have pivoted hard news, opinion, and editorial. And we will be way, way, way down on the bottom somewhere, but we're so passionate about doing it. We want to do it. Joe's crypto content will be slightly above us because Joe still likes to do all that crypto content. And the sports show that I'm gonna make
Breaking
Joe
balls?
spit up. Yeah, we're gonna be just below WaveWarz on that because let's be real, dude. We're sports broadcasters. Look at Joe. Look at me. Listen to we're sports broadcasters. That'll be the more successful show. All of my time and effort goes into news and opinion, and the Wednesday where we both just show up, phone it in, bust each other's balls. We'll get more viewers on that than we get on anything else. That's my prediction. All right, book it. This is recorded. I'm telling you, I'm right. That's it. I'm all done.
Scott, I think yeah, WaveWarz, they've been impeccable, all in on the support. We got them one day on a stream on a FLIX Talk. You just went at it. So Scott, thank you for encouraging not just builders, creators, but those that do. And I think you feel probably that need, or you feel it's a default when you support people that hustle. So yeah, we see that hustle, and we are glad to have your support as well, Scott. Thank you.
Yeah.
All right. So we do have Joe and Scott. We did have Joe and Scott with us. Thank you, Joe, for supporting us all through the journey and for coming down today. Thank you, Scott. Once again, also shout out to Bella, who has been there in the stream, Scott. She has been on the chat. Maybe you could not see the screen, but she was there. And Bella and Scott, thank you all for experimenting the way you do. And of course, for joining us in person during FLIX Fest in Dubai. So thank you all again. We will see you soon. All right, let me move them to the backstage. All right, perfect. Wow, it has been amazing. Super. Please give me a thumbs up if you're ready to come back again up on the stage. Let me go ahead. Super. Okay, Super says yes. So Super, bringing you up here. So how's it going? What do you think of today's stream? And special shout out to and a very happy birthday to Joseph, our FLIX fanatic. And yeah, right. So Super, please do feel free to share your thoughts on the stream.
Oh, I think it was an awesome stream. The best part was that the creators, the users of OmniFlix, the supporters themselves came and shared their thoughts. And every one of them liked what they saw. And that's something which made me quite happy about, because I have been seeing how much the team has been working on this launch, and how close each part of the process has been, including we had to make sure that this is aligning well with the creators. We are able to provide more to each of the stakeholders, whether it's a single creator, whether it's a project, whether it's a publisher, whether they are on Web 2, Web 3, it doesn't matter. That's what I've always seen the team trying to build, which makes it easier. And frankly, Sisla, I wasn't even sure. I wasn't even aware about alpha.flix.fun. And it's so cool to see all of these boxes there with the last FLIX Talk and the Cosmo Chronicle video there. So it was so awesome. I think when I saw that for a few minutes, I was like over there. I was not even on the chat seeing what was happening. I was right over there saying, okay, this is awesome. And I even saw some comments where the creators mentioned they also would like to have a homepage like that. So this is really good. This is something, maybe I would like to have a homepage myself and see if I can some of the content I've created here and there as an amateur to show up there and very happily present it on my socials. So it's easier, and it's just like this. See, I'm going to say it as is, that one thing I always wanted from OmniFlix, and I've even shared this feedback, is to have a single page where people can come. OmniFlix TV, OmniFlix Marketplace, everything has been so awesome, but there was no single page of entry where I can have a new person, someone who's new to crypto, someone who's new to OmniFlix could land and learn everything. So now when we are Flix.fun, we have this alpha.omniflix.fun. Sorry, alpha.flix.fun. That is something, I'm very happy about. And I'll make sure that even I will be using that, interacting with that more whenever I need to. Probably even tweet from FLIX Analytics. Maybe I'll take screenshots from there, because we will have all the updates over there, like latest videos and live streams. I like that the chat option was already live there, and hopefully the interactions will also be live soon. And that opens up so many opportunities. Whether during a live streaming of what do you call it? A stream, a live streaming of an event. If we are not just able to chat, maybe we will be able to interact. There will be some ads, some interaction. So that could be ad revenue for the creators. That could be interactions where maybe the creator, the host could divert into how the chat has been, divert into about how the interactions has been, how the response has been from the viewers. So that this really opens up so many opportunities for the users, for the creators, for the publishers. So I'm very excited personally. So this is actually, personally, I've got a lot more than what I was expecting from this stream, and some amazing thoughts from Scott, Joe, and Zal, everyone. I was always happy to see some of my friends too, like Vlad and all. Great. I'm really excited to know forget about me now sharing feedback. Here I am now excited about what we would be able to see now on Flix.fun. Maybe this was a very statement, but yeah, you can probably imagine how I'm feeling right now.
Yeah, I think, like this coming together was not really a surprise for the team, because we always felt and we always knew that we could pull it off. We are extremely confident. Like Daya, myself, sometimes even some team members, they're not confident in their own capabilities, but we know they can, right? And they actually pull it off every fucking time, right? So, can't understate the importance of being able to think about something and being able to do it, right? Pull it off every time, right? Like it has, we've never been disappointed as such, especially with the FLIX crew, with the fanatics, the stream super, I've not been seeing the stats as such, but specifically this page, right here on alpha.flix.fun now has 106 people watching the stream. 1,000 views have crossed, right? Like on YouTube, on X together. And like kudos to everyone that has pushed, this specific campaign as such, our partners, FLIX fanatics, FLIX crew members, that have worked on the media day in, day out, they've made sure to get the branding, the design, all of this in place, plus the homepage, plus all the functionality, a demonstration, just so that, we as OmniFlix, we've always dealt with more. Right, and we wanted to make sure that we present, whatever we have in that single package, right? Like packaged well. So, can't really thank the FLIX crew enough for pulling this off. The engineering teams, the people that were working on the design, media teams, everyone that was, even if they were ancillary, or they were managing, right? Like they've all contributed to this effort today, and this single page that we have, let me quickly go ahead, give you a breakup of this page. I think like most of you all saw, this is like a link tree where you have your entire profile set up right here. You have CTA buttons. These are custom links, that we can enable. We can go ahead, chat right here. hey chat, right, and so on and so forth. This is me, and this is just my message, right? Could have seen, of course, the stream playing. You can curate content from your YouTube channel or your X account, and of course, you can go ahead and have sections that can talk about your blog. It can be an interactive video that we publish. It can, of course, be a space that we promote that happens weekly. And what do I see here? I see a testnet NFT get dropped, and this is the 21st NFT that has been dropped for the Genesis stream, FLIX.fun Genesis stream, and this is on the base testnet, right? We've already started building our community. You can check out the interactive video that we published, or that the Fanatics have published on OmniFlix TV. This was our first experiment last week, and today, we have the NFTs dropped for the stream, and you will soon see your NFTs for the interactive video also get dropped. We will end that campaign real soon and make sure to drop the NFTs on the base testnet. We will be using the base testnet until we have, a solid mainnet product that we can go ahead with. Although testnet does not mean, it's only for testing, but it is an environment where people can fail. It's a fail-safe zone, and it'll still work with YouTube. It'll still work everywhere else, like how the stream is working right now. So yeah, this is a quick breakdown of a creator's homepage, that someone can, as a creator, configure or build out using the FLIX.fun app in the future. But today here we have a quick demo right here for you. So
absolutely,
yeah,
this is amazing. No, Sisla, I just wanted to mention that a lot of people have seen you. A lot of people have seen me, being active around the clock. But personally, I'm not going to take any names because I'm not sure who would like to be named on a stream. But each of the tech team, each of the media team, they have been available. I've seen them being active around the clock, working on this. And there has been a lot of back and forth. I'm sharing feedback. They are doing stuff. So maybe this just a moment to say, great work, guys. And what I'm seeing with alpha.flix.fun, what I'm seeing with flix.fun homepage, and the smile I'm seeing on Sisla's face right now shows me that all of us have done a good job. So great going, guys.
Thank you, Super. It has, we of course, have our community first. We do want whatever we do to be appreciated, validated, shared, or probably like given feedback on by our own community. And we are extremely glad that whatever has been said today, in some sense, we feel, of course, is as genuine as it can get, and there was no sugarcoating. But also at the same time, all of the people in the stream today went ahead and shared feedback in a very brutal way when there was one, right? And when there was something that they needed to share. So yeah, all the smiles that you see, I think my smile here represents the emotion of not just myself, but of course, Daya, of course, the people that worked on whatever we are presenting today, and of course everyone that made it happen. And in some sense, I'll say a special thanks to everyone that actually believed in us, right? You might have believed at a time, when we were doing things, when we were not doing things, the belief in itself, pushed us harder, pushed us, motivated us to do a lot more. And we kept at it. We of course, there were ups and downs. There was support sometimes, there was no support sometimes. Navigating Web3, in a tricky regulatory situation is quite hard. And capital, acquiring capital is quite hard in that sense. But as FLIX grew, that trust, that belief, that FLIX crew had first, specifically on the core contributors, the community that had this belief on FLIX crew and what we could pull off as a team. And Super, the entire ecosystem, having belief in us as the FLIX fam. I think that has been phenomenal. I think we cannot understate the importance of that belief. and hopefully the people that believed in all of us, feel happy at some point in time that they made the right choice, they bet on the right people, and that was a smart choice for them. So hopefully, one fine day we'll make them feel smarter for believing in us, for actually giving confidence in their decision to believe people that do, and probably not just a grift coin that does some X and never exists, on as a product. So yeah, super. Any closing thoughts before?
Yeah. As a closing thought, I will request each one of us to check alpha.flix.fun, tweet about that, tag flix.fun and tag Flix Fanatics, so everyone else is also aware that OmniFlix is not flix.fun, and it's not just a rebrand because we wanted to do something different, but this is to align with what Flix Crew and Flix Fanatics wants to do. This is to align with what we want you to feel when you come and use our infra, and just help us spread the word. Not tweet about those. Feel free to share that on OmniFlix, on Flix.fun chats, and we will help you to even make it better. Make each of the experience, make it better for you and easier for you to use. So thank you guys for joining, and we will still be connected via chats, Discord, Twitter, Telegram. We'll be there.
And on Farcaster now. Super.
Oh yes. Flix Fanatics is going along soon on Farcaster. Flix.fun is already there. So if you are on our Twitter account, make sure you're also there on Farcaster. There will be some alphas even there, just exclusively for Farcaster. There will be some additional content by Super Era. I'm also there. So make sure you also follow me, follow Sisla, and maybe help us to how to probably use Farcaster better, and we'll build together.
Correct. That is perfect. Super. Thank you for sharing all your thoughts, and of course, for leading the way for the Fanatics and making sure that it is one of the most active sub-DAOs in the Cosmos ecosystem. I don't think it's not just Cosmos. I think it's Web3 in general. We are probably one of the, or like Flix Fanatics in that sense, is probably one of the top sub-DAOs that existed since, like, from an age standpoint, the history, what the contribution and all that you're up to. So we are very glad that we didn't have to change the branding of Flix Fanatics, because it was spot on, and glad that you're leading the way there. Thank you.
Thank you.
Right. All right. So before we conclude, let us quickly go ahead, run a quick recap of what has happened today. Today, 18th August 2025, we had the OmniFlix Network get renamed and rebranded to Flix.fun. We went ahead with the first ever demonstration of the Flix.fun creator homepage. We also had an NFT drop on the base testnet for those that watched the stream on alpha.flix.fun. Right. That being said, what is in store over the next few weeks? There'll be a version that people can access on the base testnet first, and then eventually it'll be on mainnet. We intend to, of course, expand our reach and expand our presence onto base ecosystem protocols like that of Farcaster, like that of Zora, and some of the other apps that are out there. We intend to make sure we share details about what happens to the OmniFlix chain, the Flix token, the nodes, the validators, the NFTs on the OmniFlix chain, and everything that has been created up until now. It can be IP, it can be infrastructure, it can be any sort of contribution that you might have done to the OmniFlix ecosystem, or it can be something that you did just use the tech and used the infrastructure behind OmniFlix. That being said, what is to come in the next few weeks? Of course, as mentioned, the apps, the engineering side of things, community building efforts will continue, but we will not stop collaborating with people. We've run multiple collaborations, successful ones in the Cosmos ecosystem. For those of you that are out there, you might already know, if this is a collaboration that is with say creators, say projects, right? Like we are extremely open, not just to create, not just to collaborate with creators or say projects in the Web3 space, but of course are also looking at collaborating with creators in the Web2 space. We ourselves have a lot of creators that we intend to onboard in the next few weeks to the FLIX.Fun ecosystem. These can be Web2, these can be Web3, these can be people from Base, Solana, and so on and so forth. So that is something that we are excited for. And yeah, keep an eye out on everything that FLIX.Fun is doing, on everything that FLIX is doing. One final point before we conclude. We've been around 9 years back. We've been Free FLIX. We started off as Free FLIX. We always had this in mind, the focus on media, the focus on these solutions, the focus on these products. We've then rebranded to OmniFlix. Of course, you see our branding. FLIX Fanatics doesn't need to change. FLIX Fest does not need to change. FLIX Talk does not need to change. As mentioned, we could have branded. We could have had the packaging done any which way, but it has always been FLIX. The focus was on FLIX, and now we are tripling down. We are quadrupling down on the focus, on that same focus, and FLIX.Fun is that destination. And we are very, 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 very excited, as mentioned, to not just make sure that you all have a great experience as a creator creating, but hopefully we see this carry forward into other areas of delivering that experience. So once again, thank you all. Let me go ahead quickly check the chat here. We did have quite a lot of amazing people and comments. We do not have any comments as such in the chat, so we are good to go on that front. So before we conclude, please do not forget to follow us on FLIX.Fun. We have been here in the Cosmos ecosystem for a long time now, but we will need your support to build the community across the wider Web3 ecosystem. And thank you all again. Let me go ahead and share some of the details that we have here on StreamYard. Yep. All right. Please watch this final video before we can end the stream.